Check it out. It's a mech garage. Undaunted in space, or aka Callisto. This is the Alpha and Victor squads in a nice little tray that's labeled. Yes, it took 123 saves to make this go. And let's just take a look. These things pop out. That's the suppression code. And you know, Undaunted is such a fantastic game system. This is our fourth insert, and in this game line. And you know, we did all of the World War II ones, and now we're working on the space ones. And so we've got our Alpha and Victor cards. And so this all fits nicely. Sleeved cards, of course. Sorry for the glare. And works great. And it also works with the player tokens. You can see how quickly these things go back in. They just push in. And these are stackable. We'll open up the box here in a second and look at it. But we're first going to look at the Breaker Squad. That was LFA. And this is a Breaker Squad, B Squad. And again, we have our tokens right here. Easy to pop out, easy to store. This is all the Bravo Squads. That's what the B means. And all of the Bravo Squad cards go right here. Nice stackable trays, again, with rooms for sleeves. These are perfect fit sleeves from Sleeve Kings. We've tested it with premium sleeves and larger sleeves. And you can store everything for Undaunted Callisto in one box, nice and neat. Let's crack this thing open and take a quick look. The other curveball that Undaunted threw was they moved away from map tiles to map boards. And they immediately gave us chunky map boards, which is fantastic. Love the idea. It's great. However, 4 of these boards is really heavy. So we don't store the system this way. We store the board we're going to play next on top. Acts as a nice lid, keep everything in place. So if you want to store it vertically, you can. The premium sleeves recommended. Go to books. And now what we have is we have all of our units with all of our game art nice and visible up front. And this is what it feels like to play Undaunted to me. I want to see the people that are playing the thing. There's our Centurion tray. And C Squad. And these things all stack nicely, so you can use it for on-table game organization. We're going to get the rest of our mechs out. We've got the Hotel and Lima squads. And we've got our Breaker team with our Hauler and our Drill. Again, cards underneath, people on top, and you can flip it right over. Driller and Hauler, everything's labeled, so you know exactly what goes where. We're going to look at some of these cards here. We've got our Yankee squad. Again, cards underneath. So the way the common cards work is a little different in this game. So we've got a captain, a drone. These are sort of special purpose cards. We have interference instead of fog of war. Okay, that's all fine. That we can work with. We've got our entry point markers. Again, very easy to remove. And we've got our initiative token. We've got our 3 to 4 player card. So the initiative token, there's only one, and it's 2-sided. In the Breakers box, the Breaker squad gets the same kind of tray. Their interference is here, and these are just common cards. It's going to be empty. You need to put it in one, not in the other. These are common cards. You use these in every single game. Again, they all stack nicely. Here's our Zulu squad. 4 in that one. And then we've got our various Breaker squads. Breakers have a lot more people. So we'll just pick, I don't know, we'll pick Delta. So these are all pretty much the same. 1, 2, 3, Delta squad, labeled on the bottom. Off we go. Delta, Charlie, Bravo, Alpha. Out we go. And we're making nice little stacks. This is great for on-table organization as you're sorting out the box and that sort of thing. We've got our dice tray for different dice. The other cool thing here is we have different dice depending on elevation. I like that a lot. It plays out really nicely. And then we have all of our tokens. So these are all of the remaining tokens, aside from the unit tokens. We have our buildings here. We've got our doors here. We've got the solo tokens here. And then we have the people tokens, prisoner or civilian, here. And again, labeled on the bottom, so you can see what goes where. People, solo, doors, And of course, that's upside down, sorry, buildings. All a nice matte black tray. Okay. And then we've got our disruptors, which is our last breaker unit. It has a single token. And we use it, actually it's a lid. We have our control tokens and scouting tokens for each side. And then at the bottom of the box, which is, they really thought this one through. There's a little corner cut out, and so it's very easy to reach in and grab and get all of the boards, and these are the other 3 remaining boards. So once you play a board, there are 2 sides. You play the first 2 scenarios on the first board, and then you switch to the next board. You just take this one, you put it on top, and put that one on the bottom. And what this does is this keeps the heavy part of the box on the bottom, makes it really easy to manipulate and keep track of everything, while giving us a nice lid to keep everything in place so we can store this game vertically if we want. So let's go ahead and rebox. And you can see how quickly that is. I've got 3 boards on the bottom, and then I'm going to make stacks of 2. And these all go in any order. You can stack them on it in the off you go. This goes in the center, this goes in the center. The disruptor goes on top. The disruptor has a little carve out on the bottom. You can see the little line right there. That goes across the top, and these things stack in place. Holds that in place nicely. And then these breaker boxes, just these mech garages, fit there. I changed the design from our other Undaunted ones. I had a nice little swoop there. I thought that was more futuristic. Curious to know what people think in the comments. And so off we go. That's in place. Now we've got our 3 books: scenario book, rulebook, and solo rulebook. In we go. That fits nicely there. This is all flat and even. And then this is the scenario that we're going to play next. On top, and that actually you can use it as like a reminder so you know which ones you've done, which ones you haven't. And back on goes the lid, and that's Undaunted Callisto, an insert and storage solution and gameplay optimization system by Artisan Worlds. This is part of our one system every front, just like Undaunted. We have inserts for Normandy with reinforcements, North Africa with reinforcements, a Battle of Britain. We have the Line of Fire 2-player version. So you want to play the 2-player version of this, you can do that. Undaunted Callisto, and we have Stalingrad coming. I just have to list it. So if you're looking for where to find these, you can find them on Etsy or Cults. Thank you very much.